Hello, and welcome to this labeling vlog. This is going to be the part one of labeling. In this case, we are going to make a basic label for glassware. So I like to pop a label right on here. There's an area that's usually on our glassware in which you could kind of label it or make a marking with like a wax pencil or something. So I just like to go ahead and put my label right across there, just as a common place. You can put it anywhere. So this video, we're talking about how do we make a label if we want to pour solution into this glassware. Now this is just pouring the solution in here. We're not mixing it. We're not making a new solution. We're just maybe putting it into a more manageable container for the lab that we want to do instead of having used the whole bottle. So the part two of this video is going to be actually calculating and making a solution and the label component of that. So kind of like the complete process if we needed to dilute a concentrated solution for a lab or something of the sort. So, label. There's four parts to the label. We need the date that the solution was made or transferred to this container. We need the initials of the person who did it. We need the concentration of the solution, and we need the name of it, sorry. So we're going to look at our solution. This is our stock containers, our stock reagent container. This is what it comes to us in the factory. So we have a lot of information on here. We have the item number. We have how much of it was originally in the bottle. We have the name. We have concentration. We have hazards alerts. We have extra information somewhere here about storage, shelf life, disposal, things such as that, classification. But what we need is the name. We need the identity of the solution. And this solution is sodium hydroxide. It did not contain this chemical formula, but I know that sodium is Na and hydroxide is OH, and I know that there's just one of both of them based on a chemistry background, so this is NaOH. And the reason why I have this is because it's just simpler to write this chemical formula than it is to write the whole name out. So we've identified the name. Next is we need to identify the concentration. And the concentration is right here next to this little arrow here, 0.1 molar. This could also be a percentage, so something like hydrogen peroxide or rubbing alcohol at home is going to have a percentage, 3% hydrogen peroxide, and then with your rubbing alcohol, which is isopropyl, you're looking at 50%, 70% are very common, maybe even 90 or 91. So we've identified everything we need to do. So it's time to start making our label. So first I'm going to start with the date. Today's date is September 17th. So I will label the date on here. And then the next thing is the identity of the person who made the solution, and that is me. So I'll put my initials on this. So here we have, you can see the date at the top and the initials of the person who made it at the bottom. Next up, we're going to identify our solution. We're going to start with our concentration that we identified here as 0.1 molar. So I'm going to put 0.1 capital M for molarity. So we have our concentration on now. And then next would be the chemical identity, which is NaOH. So I would not have had room, at least the way I write, to write out in sodium hydroxide in whole, which would have been acceptable. So I just used the chemical formula there to do that. So we've made our label. Everybody knows what's in this container and who made it and when it was made. So that's it for part one. The next part, we'll go into actually calculating the solution for dilution, making that solution, and then labeling it as well.